Hey everybody, welcome to JetsHQ. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it very much. I'm glad that you guys are here. I have something that I really have been wanting to talk about. There's obviously we're in the middle of the free agency period, and been glad to see the Jets have signed some people. We're really excited about Le'Veon Bell. They made a great trade to pick up CJ Mosley because it's the offensive line that I really want to talk about. Suffice it to say that it's nice to finally see at least one or two offensive weapons be added to the Jets team. We've been a defensive team for many, many years, and it's really, the team, the players, the coaches, the fans have been longing to see a team that has some offensive firepower. The problem is that I don't think that current management understands that it's not so much the firepower that we're looking for, it's the offensive line. We had AFC championship teams, believe it or not, back in 2010, 2011, with a quarterback named Mark Sanchez who couldn't even run past his own offensive lineman's ass without fumbling the ball. But we made it to the AFC championship game for one reason, and it wasn't the 90-year-old LaDainian Tomlinson. It was our offensive line. If you look at the offensive line that we've had since the AFC championship games, it explains to you why we haven't been back. As anemic as our offense has been, the offensive line is what gets you there. And, let me just give you guys a little bit of an idea. Okay, back when we had Mark Sanchez taking us to the AFC championship games, we had a line that looked like this. And I looked this up just to make sure that I wasn't dreaming, because this is something else. We had Nick Mangold at center, 7 Pro Bowls, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. So, I mean, that's a good starter on your core right there. DeBrickashaw Ferguson, never missed a game, 3 Pro Bowls, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Matt Slauson at left guard, who was a Pro Bowler. Brandon Moore at right guard, who's a Pro Bowler. Wayne Hunter at right tackle, who's a Pro Bowler. That was our 2011 offensive line. 2010 was even more impressive because we actually, instead at left guard, we had Alan Faneca, who was a 9-time Pro Bowler and Hall of Famer, and Damian Woody, who's got 2 Super Bowl rings. So, if you look at the offensive line compared to today's, hold on one second, I got to look these up because I think these guys, most of them were good in high school. Jonathan Harrison, who we've just re-signed to be our center. Kelvin Beachum, who's been okay as a tackle. Brandon Shell, who has at right tackle, who's nothing like his father. Brian Winters and Braden Brandon. This is not good at guard. Our center last year, thank God he's gone because he couldn't even snap the ball to the quarterback. Now, it's a good start getting CJ Mosley for left guard. That is a fantastic start. Of course, he's injured, and we have to make sure that he's going to be able to play, because if he does, that's a fantastic start. If he doesn't, it's pretty much back to square one where we are anyway. But we spent just a little over $50 million on the free agency market. We missed out on Matt Paradis for center, which would have been an amazing help, really something that we needed. But getting CJ Mosley is good. I love the fact that we got CJ Mosley. I'm very happy about Jamison Crowder. Nice help for us in the slot. But what we need to do is address that offensive line. And there's not a whole lot left on the market to fill these holes with. There's a couple. There's a couple. I think that the Dolphins just cut their guard. Forgot his name, but we're going to have to go after him. We do have $40 million left to spend for the season in the cap. Not that we have to spend it all, but we really need to get these line holes filled. Now, the other thing is, of course, the number 3 pick that we have in the draft. And we're going to get a fantastic player there. But my opinion, personally, is that we should trade the pick and move down and try to pick up a few extra picks, because even though this draft is loaded defensively, there are actually quite a few really, really, really good offensive linemen in the draft who are going to get pushed down because of the fight over the quarterbacks and the just glut of superstar defensive players. So since we're picking up, some good defensive players, and believe me, I'd still love to get a pass rusher. Trust me, I would love a pass rusher. But I think trading down, picking up 1 or 2 offensive linemen in the top couple of rounds, and we do need to pick up a second round pick. I would love to see us trade down and pick up a first and a second, or a couple of firsts if we trade really far down. If we made a trade, say, with the Dolphins because they need a quarterback and move down to 13, we can definitely pick up either their next year's first round pick and a second or third round pick this year along with their first. So, getting offensive linemen would be a fantastic thing to do. I'm going to bring my draft board. I think I'm going to put my draft board up and we'll discuss it. But right now, of course, I have the Jets at 3 picking Josh Allen. And I know that that's a source of contention. I really just think that he's a blue chip pass rusher that we can't miss. And we just don't need another defensive tackle. Sorry, Alabama. But, when you're talking about somebody who's rated 96 versus somebody who's rated 94.9, I'll take the 94.9 in the position of need. I really would. I'm all for picking best player available, but in this case, that's just a guy you can't swing and miss on. So unless we trade down, which I highly suggest, and just pack our offensive line like we did the year we chose DeBrickashaw Ferguson and Nick Mangold, which was 2 of the greatest picks the Jets ever made, I would try to recreate that and go back to AFC championships behind the big uglies. You gotta get the big uglies. Let's hire some. Let's draft some. Anyway, that's what I've got for today. Please comment below. Tell me if you disagree with me. Let me know. If you agree with me, let me know that too. Please subscribe. Let me know who's out there, who's listening, what else you'd like to talk about. I'm going to do the draft board on my next video. And we'll talk about being happy about picking up those free agents that we did pick up. I'm just venting a little bit about the difference in class of our offensive line, which I think is absolutely the 100% number one thing that all Jets fans should be talking about, because management just doesn't understand, I don't think. But anyway, thank you guys. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.